Michael Abood, Amalgamated Security Services Limited. Since its inception in 1986, Michael Abood has transformed his company's offering from guard services to an expansive suite of diverse security and safety solutions, many of which are unique to the company. At a young age, Abood had a strong desire to succeed and wanted to create his own legacy.
This journey started when I was 24 years old. I felt at some point that I did not want to necessarily fall in line with inheriting from my father. I wanted to create my own legacy, my own success story. And it started with I being the first guard.
Abood has developed security services to a level comparable to any developed country. In addition to guard and other core security and safety services, Amalgamated has used technology to advance its security solutions through a team of in-house programmers. Achieving many firsts, Abood has been recognized for pioneering GPS and GIS services and has won the prestigious International CIO Award for Innovation in Technology. Through partnership with the government, Amalgamated provides ambulance and prison transport services. Abood's business is not without danger and sacrifice. One of the most memorable moments took place in Antigua.
When the Antiguan government approached Trinidad for help because they had rioting taking place in their prison system. At that time, the government was not in a position to provide any support. We rebuilt the prison system for them, retrained, retooled, we developed systems for helping the inmates to adapt back into regular life so that there were rehabilitation programs.
Abood admits that the success of Amalgamated lies in its strong solution-oriented customer focus and the company's unwavering commitment to build and develop his workforce.
The devoted and very professional staff. We are very strong with training and developing our human capital. At the end of the day, it's the officers and the managers who have to serve the clients. So while the sales staff may sell a service, the delivery on that service has to come from the people that have to actually do that delivery. So that training was important, creating standards, because the industry is not one that has any standards that govern it. So that we decided, and I decided, that there was need for a standard, and we worked towards these standards, and we have adopted some of it from the international arena, but we have taken it and we have molded it to suit the Caribbean region.
Michael is willing to offer some advice to would-be entrepreneurs now starting out.
If you want to say in terms of there's no obstacle that is not insurmountable, maybe that's how I want to define it. And once you act on it, you have to persevere, because you're going to get obstacles. They're going to have things that are going to come in your way, whether it be people or your situation, and you have to keep at it, and it will happen.
Derek Chin, Dachin Group of Companies. Derek did not use significant capital to start his first business. Whilst he was studying accountancy, he was more interested in making money work for him than counting it. Observing an opportunity watching parents trying to keep bored children occupied, his journey into entrepreneurship began.
In those days, BWI, when will it arrive, so there was a lot of delays. So I would go there and I see all the children on the ground and crying, and the mothers don't know what to do with them. So it dawned on me that maybe if I got into this business, maybe buy a few of these machines. The first one actually was a kiddie rammer, which was you put 25 cents into the box and it showed a little Popeye cartoon. So in a way, it's interesting that I started then and look where I am today with the big screens, And I made my first success in my first business with really going out there and actually franchising them, because I didn't have the capital then. And the slogan was, have fun making money.
Having a need for his own arcade business, he started a security company, Telecom Security, which today specializes in cash-in-transit services. Like so many entrepreneurs, Derek Chin got very little encouragement for his biggest business venture, the Movie Town Complex, which not only transformed the dying movie industry in Trinidad and Tobago, but has combined retail shopping with a dining epicenter. It took Chin a lot of time, persistence, and courage to get the backing he needed to bring his vision to life.
The idea was there, but how do you make this thing that is very capital intensive How could I make it happen? Then the banks, how do I convince them to lend this greenhorn, that kind of money? Why would anybody want to go to your movie theater and pay $25 when it was $10 you got two, a double, at Globe?
But through his persistence and with the support of some of his friends, he eventually got the financial backing he needed, and the dream of Movietown became a reality. But at first, it looked as if that dream might vanish in a puff of smoke. It got off to a rocky start.
Even the first day we opened, wasn't there, and I said, Lord, I really, I sink myself. The house had to go, I had to give everything to the bank. So there was a lot of nervous energy.
This locally born brand has earned its world-class status over the last 13 years, with its premium offering of 22 screens in 3 locations, and local artists have the chance to show off their talents at Fiesta Plaza. And the ticket sales that started so slowly, just 1,200 in the first week, have risen to over 1.6 million tickets annually, with 2 more Cineplex projects scheduled to open in 2016 in San Fernando and the first regional branch in Guyana. Chin's stubbornness and his vision has paid off. As for his own part in the making of Movietown, he says,
and there is something at the end. You may not necessarily get to the level that you want to get to, but there is something that will come to you. I could have certainly done a lot less in terms of building Movietown and still just have a cinema. That energy, that synergy, convince people that you could do it, and then it would come. So it is a lot of hard work to sort of make yourself known.
Dominic Hadid, Blue Waters Products Limited. Hadid joined his family textile business at the age of 20, but knew that the fickleness of fashion in the textile industry was not his true passion.
I remember I came home one day to Dad and I said, Dad, this fabric business is not a good business. He said, how you can say that? Look at all these people and how much money they've made. Look, we're doing well. I said, yeah, Dad, but I can see this business dying. So how you can say that with such authority? So Dad, I've been interviewing the customers, and I'm yet to find a young person who told me they want to be a seamstress or tailor when they grow up.
However, family obligations delayed the fulfillment of his dream to start a water business. But this delay was instead opportunity, as it was his first leadership role in real estate. But water was still on his mind. However, the idea failed to convince his father.
They were not interested in that. They were, who's going to pay for bottled water? So many things could go wrong in a food and beverage business. So they were not very encouraging. And then when I came back, I remember Dad picked me up and we came home, and I remember walking into the kitchen and there was a water cooler in his kitchen. And I said, what do you mean, who's going to pay for bottled water, and how you do this? And you see, I told you I should have done this. He said, well, it's too late. Somebody's already done it, so move on.
Dominic persisted, and backed by 12 employees, 2 trucks, and his determination, he started what is now the largest water bottling company in the country. The Blue Waters journey and strategy began.
When and where would people who were at the time otherwise satisfied with tap water would consider buying bottled water, and just make sure that whenever they were ready, we were there.
Dominic quickly expanded from a water company into a major player in the beverage industry, using acquisition, partnerships, and joint ventures as his strategy to build his group. He acquired the Monster Energy distribution rights and a stake in the Citrus Growers Association of Belize, Banks Barbados, and Pernod Ricard, which created the alcohol division. The Pernod Ricard acquisition gave him the opportunity to build a state-of-the-art plant of over 200,000 square feet and a newfound passion, agriculture. On the 300 acres on the estate, he has cultivated a wide variety of long and short crops. Not ignoring his passion for real estate, he transformed his old plant into 130,000 square feet of retail and warehouse space, taking his real estate portfolio to over 600,000 square feet. As a true leader, he understands that surrounding himself with the right professional team is key to his continued success. Hadid has used his creativity and innovation throughout his organization and fosters an environment of continuous improvement in his operations and his people through innovative incentive schemes, training, and development. This is manifested in the Blue Waters Way and is seen in the unique department titles. Hadid has been involved in a number of philanthropic ventures. He has served on the board of the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturing Association for 7 years. He became a member of the Young Presidents Organization in 2013, but Hadid isn't satisfied yet. He explains his ultimate ambition.
To us, that's a game worth playing, a life worth living. That's what we come here to do. And the mission, which is the how, is to profitably inspire and delight those we choose to serve with quality, functional, and great tasting beverages.
Mario Sabga Abood, Global Brands Limited. For decades, Mario Sabga Abood has been one of the best-known names in the fast food business in Trinidad and Tobago. But it all began with burgers.
Couldn't find any hamburgers, and right away the idea hit me, you know what, why don't I get into the food business and open a hamburger chain, something like a Burger King or McDonald's. But at the time, Burger King and McDonald's felt it wasn't appropriate to come to Trinidad. So I told myself, you know what, let me create my own name. And that's how I think I started that brand. From the day we opened in October 1986, it was a big hit.
Sabga Abood followed up with Pizza Boys, Walk and Roll, and Imperial Gardens. Today, these stores serve thousands of customers a day across Trinidad and Tobago. The company's only international brand, Church's Chicken, joined the lineup. Mario convinced the brand owners to approve the introduction of local spices into the recipe, resulting in a spicy chicken option which has been introduced to the Church's menu globally. Then there was Donut Boys, a huge success, with production increasing from 800 donuts a day to 25,000 daily. But Mario wasn't satisfied.
14 years ago, when I used to go to Miami a lot, and all of a sudden I would see this brand sticking up all over the place called Starbucks Coffee. And I told myself, why don't I open up a coffee shop in Trinidad? And I came back excited, and I shared it with my brother and my son and my team, and everybody said, no, nobody's gonna drink coffee in Trinidad.
But Mario persisted. He attended international trade shows and spent time working in coffee shops in North America and became a certified barista. Mario approached an international franchise, but his proposal was met with skepticism. So, like before, Mario decided to develop his own brand, but needed the right name.
And my wife, in the most amazing way, she looks at me and she says, I'm going to ask you one question and you're going to come up with a name. I say, yeah, right. 3 months now, I can't come up with this name. You're going to ask me one question. So she looks me in the eye and she says, what does coffee mean to you? And I thought about it for a minute. I said, well, it's a ritual. I have it every day. She said, that's your name.
Today, Global Brands Limited has 123 locations in Trinidad and Tobago, St. Kitts, and St. Lucia. With over 1,500 staff, they serve tens of thousands of Caribbean people every day. Sabga Abood is a natural-born leader who is not afraid of taking risks. He's achieved success by hard work, discipline, and uncompromising determination. Mario believes in building a business by learning it from the ground up, and even today, he is a hands-on leader. Mario invests in training, rewards top performers, and fosters the entrepreneurial spirit among his employees. What's his advice for aspiring entrepreneurs?
Believe in yourself and never give up on your dreams, because dreams do come true.